Hello, everyone. Thank you for still being here. We are Team 6, Mixture of Experts, and today we will talk about our product ingredient insight. We are focusing on the theme of physical health and mental well-being management. I am Oscar, and here are my teammates, Letitia, Hunter, Hector, Miriam, and our awesome mentor, Kunjal. Let's first understand the problem and how does it affect us. This is my story about the struggles I had during the COVID-19 lockdown, which led to my depression. At first, I thought the lockdown wouldn't affect me much. After all, it is just staying home. I started binge watching TV shows as the days went by, until unfortunately it became positive with COVID-19. I lost my sense of smell, taste, and sense of health. That's when I turned to food. Despite my inability to taste, I would simply eat my favorite chips all day long. I would gain weight and stress out, which I coped with by eating more. Back then, I did not realize it, but my increased consumption of chips that contained an ingredient called Red 40 was most likely the culprit my inability to control my impulsivity. This thought made me worry about the future of the populace. Looking back, I wish I had recognized the signs of my deteriorating mental health sooner or had help when I needed it. Working out was my favorite pastime. No one is safe on unhealthy habits. Therefore, here are some statistics that will show you why. Studies indicate that 50% of adults are expected to be obese by 2030 in America. The world is not that far behind, with an estimated 50% of adults worldwide projected to face obesity by 2035. A factor contributing to the rise of obesity is the cost of food, as a study shows that unhealthy foods are on average $1.50 cheaper than healthier alternatives. This makes it difficult for people to develop healthier food habits. As such, ultra-processed foods are becoming increasingly popular in our diets. However, recent research suggests that a 10% increase in the proportion of ultra-processed foods in a diet was linked to a 12% risk of overall cancer. Finally, 42% of all calories consumed are low-quality, unhealthy carbs. These carbs are often found in processed and fast foods, which contribute to weight gain and other health complications. We need to pay attention to what we eat now, more than ever.
That's true, Oscar. There's no time like the present. Hi, my name is Hector, and I would like to further inform you about what others, particularly millennials, think about health and food. After surveying 50 volunteers on various questions, we've concluded that 52% of people do not check or only sometimes check for ingredients of products before purchasing them. 76% of people find it moderately or very difficult to understand the list of ingredients on the products they wish to purchase. And 88% of people care about the health risk rating given to a food ingredient by food safety agencies and organizations like the Food and Drug Administration. These findings show that while people do not check for ingredients of products before purchasing, they do care about the health risks related to what they're consuming. They just aren't aware of how each ingredient can affect their health. On the bright side, 88% of the survey participants were interested in having an app that would explain in simple terms the ingredients listed on any food product. And 94% of the participants would be interested in an app that recommends healthier alternatives for products containing harmful ingredients. This led us to create Ingredient Insight. The main purpose of this app would be to scan food products to get an insight on the ingredients, give a description of the ingredients and their effects on a person's health, and also give recommendations of healthier, cost-effective alternatives. As you're going to see in this demo, first you start by scanning the food product's barcode. Then it will follow up with a screen of the scanned food product and a list of all its ingredients. The user will also be able to see the food product's current price and size. If the user is curious about one of the ingredients, they can click on it and it will bring them to another screen with a description of the ingredient and where it can scale it from 1 to 5. The user can also return back to the screen with the ingredients list, and at the bottom, they can find a button labeled recommendations that will send them to another page with healthier alternatives within the same price range.
I'm now sure that you're curious about how this magic happens. So let's talk about the ingredients used to build our app Ingredient Insight. The process starts first with the barcode scanner. We use a Python library called PyZBar to accomplish this task. Then we use the Open Food Facts API to fetch the product's ingredients. The Open Food Facts dataset is based on volunteers adding product information. Next, we use the ChatGPT API to give us the summary, health risk, country availability, and effect on allergies for each ingredient. We then send this data to the user and use the Open Food Facts to find a similar and healthier alternative to the product. All of this works together to give the user a flawless and easygoing experience when using our app. We must also ensure that it can compete with other products in the market So Letitia will walk us through the competitive landscape now.
Since our app focuses on health and fitness, it is under the US diet and nutrition apps market. By 2021, the market size was worth 2.1 billion, but with a compound annual growth rate of 21%, the market size is expected to grow to 15 billion by 2029. We were able to identify several competitors in our market and broke them down into 8 groups to determine how many features they had. Let's take a closer look at ingredient insight in comparison to our main competitor, Yuka. One of the strengths of Ingredient Insight is the free access to basic features. Additionally, our app can demonstrate the seriousness of ingredients by signifying if they are banned in various locations. On the other hand, when we look at Yuka, many complaints state that they lean towards natural ingredients, even when synthesized ingredients pose no harm. One of the main ways we plan to generate revenue is by receiving a portion of sales from items that are purchased via our app. When an item is recommended through the app, the user will be notified with places they can purchase it. When they opt to purchase the item, it will transfer them over to a retailer. When the sale is made from that retailer, we obtain 5% of the profit. We also plan to generate revenue by keeping features locked behind a paywall with the monthly cost of subscription and running banner ads for non-subscription users. And now Miriam will guide us through our ethical considerations.
Thank you, Letitia. With respect to food companies, consumers, and grocery store owners, we wanted to consider the ethics of ingredient insight. For food companies, ingredient insight can help them with accurate labeling of ingredients. Consumers are then given the autonomy to choose healthy or regular product to purchase based on their own preference. Why not misled or even taken advantage of by food companies and grocery stores? Lastly, grocery stores owners are also given the opportunity to choose what product they want to sell based on their preference. By using this ethical matrix as our guiding principle, we hope to have additional features in our app, such as listing the nearest store which has recommended products, providing vegan alternatives, options to read ingredients in desired languages, and lastly, we will be including vegetable, which will enable users to know the kind of pesticide used on them. And thank you all for listening, and we are hopeful for questions now.